Previously on Naya.
All right, Rodney. How much danger are we getting ourselves into by transporting this for you? I just need to know.
As I said, as long as you don't open the box, and as long as you deliver it to Greenhorn, there will be no trouble at all.
We're on a mission to retrieve some family heirlooms and artifacts for a new friend of ours.
Oh, Mr. Ironstone.
That's the one.
I'm sorry, Ralph. I hope I didn't misunderstand you. We just met.
So as you throw him, he starts to float through the air, and then all of a sudden wings sprout out of the ball, and he flies, and you see he flies at the ghast, and you see these sharp teeth open up and stick out of him, and he suctions onto the neck of the ghast.
Reeve,
Yes.
this box is cursed.
Cursed?
Yes,
But what if the person we give it to opens the box?
that's really not our problem.
And as soon as the door closes behind Neeman, Ralph comes out and gives a little yip, 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 at the direction of the door.
He's too
Guys,
cute.
Ralph does not like Neeman.
So, Neeman, what do you know about Neeman?
Oh, this is my first time meeting him on this journey. He seems to know the captain, but I've never met him in the foothills or in Soft Hill or anything like that.
And you said you've been pretty good friends with with the captain for a while.
Oh yes, we've known each other since we were little children.
That's interesting, because it's interesting you've never met Neeman before, but the captain and him seem to be close as well.
It is. I've never actually thought of it that way, but now that you bring it up, it is strange that I've never met him until now. We cannot depart the ship at the dock with everyone else, unfortunately. So we're going to be taking a boat and heading in through some caves. Suddenly, Bijou kicks a stone.
Sorry.
And it just kind of echoes down the hallway. Just a clack, 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 clack. And everyone stops completely silent.
I'm mortified.
You guys can hear and sense around you things kind of moving.
You said elves and dwarves and didn't mention lizard people a single time. Get in the boat. We're leaving. We're going to town. We're getting a drink. We're going to bed. Then we'll wake up and try it again in the morning.
Welcome to Naya.
Hey, welcome to Nair. My name is Jay, your DM. Around the table this way, we'll go opposite this week. We have...
Aaron.
Andrew.
And Amy.
All right. I guess your characters' names are irrelevant this time, Aaron. But you guys will figure it out along the way, or you probably already know by this point. Okay, so the sun rises over Eastport. The smell of the ocean and industry that accompanies a busy dock burns in your nose. You've found a quiet spot to spend the night, hidden among stacks of crates behind a warehouse on the edge of the docks. Neeman refused to check into an inn for the night, expressing fears of being discovered. With the dawn comes noises and movement. Neeman shakes everyone awake with a finger over his mouth. Between you and the streets of the city, you hear movement and muffled voices. To the left, you see a winding path between stacks of crates. To the right, a wide open stretch of dock. The warehouse you have camped in front of has a chain and lock around the handles. What do?
Can I slap him for trying to wake me up?
You can do whatever you want.
I slap.
Roll
Neeman.
for slap.
Hold on, I have to get the dice out of my magnet box. 14.
All right. You successfully slap Neeman. He says, well, that seems unnecessary.
Don't wake me up is what I have to say about that. Just don't.
Do I see the boat that we came in on? Is it still at the dock?
Yeah, you can see it kind of about you guys are about, I would say, like 40 feet into the dock. So like back behind you, about 40 feet, you can see the little rowboat that you rowed over. The ship that you came in on is gone.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we think about going back into that cave?
No. Nope. Too many crocodile people.
So there is another way to get to the people that he wants us to get to, right? Or was the only way through the cave?
No, you can go through the city to get there. Yeah. Like
Okay.
the city that's attached to the docks.
He just doesn't want to because he's going to be recognized.
Well, okay. What if I cast... Oh, I can only disguise myself. Oh, what if I made you invisible? Would you
Well,
like
he's
that?
got his you lent him a disguise last time.
Oh,
So he's
dressed as a
good
monk.
as far as yes.
Oh.
He's good as far as that's concerned.
oh, okay, good.
Well, let's just go then.
Right, so we're going to go through the town to get to where he thinks we need to be.
Okay.
Reeve, are you awake?
I'm going to
What
throw
did I miss?
Frank. I'm
Ugh.
sorry, what's his name? Is it Frank?
Ralph.
Ralph. I'm going to throw Ralph at you. You don't get yourself together.
Neeman kind of puts his finger over his lips and like motions over his shoulder where you can now kind of hear some what sounds like dock workers like moving around and looking through crates and stuff. He really wants y'all to be quiet.
I'm going to scream. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so I get up and start walking.
Down like
guess.
the main dock.
Well, I'm waiting for him to take us somewhere. I'm like looking expectantly at him because he knows his way around town.
Okay. He pulls you back down like to hide behind the boxes and he says, listen, there's folks like if they find us, we don't know what's going to happen. I would rather not get into any more fights because I'm pretty exhausted. I mean, we did get a good night's rest, but still, I would have liked to avoid as much detection as possible.
Well, these people are going through the crates. They're going to find us if we stay.
That's true.
Can I just
So you want us to be found?
No.
Can I kick him? Because I'm already suspicious, so I want to like kick him out from behind the boxes.
Kick him out.
Yeah. Like
So-
Roll for kick.
like into the water. Like boom.
Into the water? Oh my God.
I'm just suspicious and it can be an accident. Roll for kick.
I mean, it's going to depend on how good that roll is if he can see it's an accident or not.
A 9.
So,
Do I get an advantage on a skill for that?
no,
Plus what? Plus
nothing.
oh.
He kind of grabs your foot as you're like trying to kick him. He's like, you guys, they're going to find us. Let's go. I think we should go to the left. I think we should try and sneak through these boxes, but it's totally up to you. I don't know. They might be good guys. I don't know. Does anyone have good hearing skills or anything like that? Can you hear what they're talking about?
I can listen.
Okay.
Am I rolling a perception?
Yeah.
16?
Okay. So you hear the dock workers' conversation, and you hear them talking about how there have been a lot of people stealing things from the crates recently. So the boss wants them to come. Is basically you have one who says, "Why are we gonna do this all over again?" And the other one says, "Well, the boss wants us to make sure no one's stealing the stuff from the crates, you know." So they're searching through all the crates to look for vagrants, basically.
Us.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to start sneaking to the left with
Okay.
Neeman.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I'll sneak along. Though I'm not, Tatsuo's not good at sneaking.
All right. Everyone make a stealth check. Reeve, are you going with them?
Oh, yeah, I guess. Sorry,
True
I'm
to-
still groggy from the night before.
True to form, I roll an 11.
16.
Okay.
Oh, God. Say it.
What is
Stealth.
I get a +1 though.
I got a 6.
What did you roll?
A 4.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Bijou is sneaking pretty well, but Reeve and Neeman kind of get up and trip over each other.
Neeman?
Yeah, he didn't roll well either.
Oh, God.
Watch where you're going, you oaf.
And that alerts the guard to come. You hear a bunch of footsteps running towards you, and it turns out that there is just 2 guards.
Okay.
So they come over and they're like, "Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, are y'all better watch out. We're gonna tell the boss." And they're like, they have these like clubs in their hands that they're like hitting.
I'm going to try to persuade them.
Okay.
We just came in on that boat there, and we got confused and ended up climbing up the wrong side of the dock, and we're just trying to get through.
All right. Roll a persuasion.
If this doesn't
I get-
work, I have a funny thing I'm going to
I get +7, so.
Okay.
Oh, no, I rolled a 4. It's 11.
A likely story. The boss is going to hear about this one.
No.
Can I?
No.
I'm going to step behind them so they can't move by me and threaten them.
Yeah. Tatsuo wordlessly threatens them by throwing a war fan so that it hits next to their head. But, like, like intentionally next to their head. Like, and sticks in one of the boxes that's, like, behind them.
All right. Roll.
Are these humans? Are these human
Yes.
folks? So they're
Yeah.
normal size. So I'm looking up at them, intimidating them.
Okay. Both Aaron, roll an attack, and you better
An
hope it's a
attack?
good. Yeah, because you're throwing a
But
weapon.
it's not, like, at them. It's, like, next to
I know,
them.
but you're throwing a weapon.
16.
Okay. What are you looking like, Andrew?
I'm standing there with my axe in my hand, kind of patting it with my other.
Did
hand.
you roll an intimidation?
Oh no, not yet. Yeah, I'll roll that real quick.
I should add intimidation.
I got
that's the point of it.
Do I a 14?
Okay. So they kind of turn around and they look at Andrew and they're like, "You think this little guy's going to scare us?" And then but then the fan zings by right by one of their ears, goes thump, against like the warehouse,
Just like that.
and they turn around and they're like, you guys got weapons, huh? There's there's like 4 of yous and there's 2 of us.
You're so good at math.
And like Ralph is on my shoulder, like growling, like
Yeah.
He just gives you advantage on everything.
yeah, advantage on everything. He's intimidating as heck.
I don't think so. A little fluff ball.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh geez, and the other one's like, oh geez, Larry, I don't know. We might want to be careful about these ones.
I'm imagining one of them is like Rick Moranis.
Okay. And the tough one's like, oh yeah, listen, you guys, just stay out of the crates here, and we'll both go on our own ways. We don't need any trouble. Just we'll keep an eye on you, but you're free to go if you're trying to get out of here. So they let you guys go through the docks without contest. As you kind of near the end of the dock and the beginning of the city, you guys do see a wagon being loaded up, and you can hear the folks loading up the wagon saying, "Oh yeah, all right, this one's going to Prine, right? Yeah, we're going to Prine with this." Neeman turns to you and he says, "That's exactly where we're trying to go. We should try and sneak onto that wagon."
Or we could just ask them for a ride.
I guess so.
You're not the best sneaker, Neeman, as we've
That's
established.
true.
Clearly. Crap sneaker.
Do you want me to go ask?
Yes.
Okay.
You're better at that.
All right. I'm going to...
Yes, you're much more approachable.
Thank you, Reeve.
Convincing.
So I'm going to go up to the wagon.
Okay.
Good morning. Do you need help loading up?
No, I think we pretty much got it all going on here.
Good. I was wondering, would someone with a good bit of coin be able to hitch a ride to Prine on the back of this wagon?
I guess if you're willing to pay, I don't see why not.
Sure. How much would you ask for such a thing?
Well, I guess I could take how many are we talking about here?
We've got 4.
4. Well, what about that little guy on the shoulder over there?
Oh, he takes up no space at all.
Does he
He
does
can
eat
stay in a
food?
pocket. Oh, no.
Oh, interesting. What kind of a creature is that?
Not one with an appetite, fortunately for all of us.
All right. I guess I could take you guys for, we could say 50 gold pieces.
50 seems a bit steep.
That's too much.
Why not 40? Because there's 4 of us, and we could do 10 per.
Roll a. Are you trying to like sweet talk him here?
Yeah.
Or- okay.
I'm just trying to barter it down.
Okay.
I do flirt a little.
Okay.
I wink. as
You
I do
undo the top button.
it. Okay. 18.
Okay. He says, "Well, for a nice elf like you, I could let you come on for free, and your friends could just pay. We could go.
Please.
I could bump the price down to 10 gold pieces each. That would be like 30 gold pieces, and you can sit up front here with me.
Oh, I'd be delighted. Thank you so much. What was your name?
Oh, my name is Jimmy.
Jimmy. Wow.
Be prepared to be sexually harassed by Jimmy.
All right. Well, my name is Bijou, and these are my friends. Friends, pay the man 10 gold each.
You owe me for this. 3 gold returned for this.
What?
We're splitting it 4 ways. 34 ways.
I don't reach into my purse at all. Listen,
send
I earned
Frank
my
in
way
there.
onto this wagon.
Frank's going in there while you're asleep. I mean, if you have to sit up front by Jimmy the whole time.
That's punishment enough. Is Jimmy driving?
Yep.
Okay.
He's
so-
got the reins in hand. Don't worry.
Okay, so he's holding something.
Yeah.
How tall is the wagon?
It's a shipping crate, so I would guess probably like the bed of it is probably like 4 feet above the ground, and then to get over the lip of the bed, and then the total wagon probably would be about 7 to 8 feet tall.
Okay. I chuck my axe over the lip of it,
Yeah.
kind of disregarding everybody else, and then I put my hands up as high as they reach, kind of just pull myself up, and then the wagon kind of sinks in into the ground as I hop in. I'm a dense boy.
Thick boy. right.
Tatsu's just like sitting on the back with one of her legs hanging off.
Okay.
When we're riding, there's
Yeah.
one thing I want to do.
Okay.
I want to reach an arm back and turn so I can talk to my friends, but I really have my wand of magic detection in my hand.
Yeah.
And I want to see if anything in the crates is magic. So I'm going to discreetly detect magic.
So you are not getting anything from the boxes. You're just getting a pretty strong aura from Reeves' pocket.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But nothing else seems to be very magical.
Right, that's right. I have the box.
So as the journey goes, Neeman's kind of sitting crouched among one of the boxes, and he's studying and kind of writing some stuff down in this leather book. Is there anything you guys want to do or talk about while you're on the journey, or do you want to go ahead and keep going?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
I think I'm just small talking with Jimmy.
Yeah. So you come here often to the docks of Eastport?
Can I send,
Well, I might now that I have a reason to.
Can I send Ralph to sneakily bite open the bag of his gold pouch so we can get our money back?
You realize Ralph has a very low hit point, so if
Oh,
he gets in a fight,
fine.
I mean, you can do it if you really
No,
want.
it's fine. Just
All right.
rueful about it.
I have a 14 passive perception, just for the record. If
Okay.
anything sneaky happens to me.
Okay. if Ralph comes near you at all.
Well,
yeah,
he
he's
was
got to
going
beat
after-
a 14 stealth check.
He was going after Jimmy, but
I thought you said you were going to get me back. That's why.
no, maybe later.
All right. So the wagon bounces over rocks and dips in the road to Prine. Since leaving the city of Eastport, the journey has mostly offered views of dense forests, with the occasional farm sprouting up in any cleared areas. Suddenly, you feel the wagon jerk to the left and a series of long, thin shadows falls over the land around the wagon. Craning his neck out of the side of the wagon, Neeman quickly returns with a large smile. We've made it to Prine! You guys can all see a wall of giant, sharpened logs surrounding the city like a fence. Nothing joins the logs together. In fact, they're all an average of 6 feet wide with about a foot of space between each log. The only gap larger than a foot is guarded by men in uniform. The Jimmy, who's driving the wagon, kind of waves to the guards. They give him kind of an interesting look, like, why do you have so many people with you, Jimmy? And he's like, oh, don't worry, you guys. They're just some friends of mine. And they kind of wave him through, and they continue through the city. Heidi ho, it is Jay here. The middle of the show, or as we like to call it, the mid-roll, if you are a podcast insider. Let's see, what can we talk about today? How about the latest episode of the VCR Kids is on Airbud. So if you want to hear me and Aaron and our friend Richard talk about that ridiculous movie, all the ups and downs of it, there were some pretty good ups and some pretty significant downs. You can check out the VCR Kids either on our website, worldofnair.com. There will be a link for the VCR Kids, or you can also just search for the VCR Kids on any podcasting app or anything you're listening to. Just Google us. You'll find us. We're pretty, we're kind of a big deal. Not really. That's not true at all. Other than that, thank you guys so much for listening. I'm really enjoying telling this story a lot. I'm having a whole lot of fun kind of getting into this plot that I've been planning out for a really long time and starting to see this stuff come to fruition. If you didn't know, we actually did kind of start this story sometime last year, and with a different cast, and that kind of got interrupted due to some life stuff. But there are some interesting things in those previous episodes that will start applying to kind of what you're listening to right now in Nair. So if you're interested in that, you can listen to those on our Patreon. At one of the tiers there, you can actually listen to all of the previous episodes we had. We call it season 0.5. Again, nothing that you necessarily need to know, but there could be some interesting insights about some things that are happening right now, and definitely some interesting insights about things that will be happening in the next episode. So if you've ever been interested in kind of listening to those previous episodes, definitely recommend getting on it this week, because there's going to be a lot of things it affects, especially starting next week. So otherwise, if you don't want to listen to them, again, you can still enjoy our episode next week. There's no need to listen to those episodes, but if you're interested, they are on our Patreon, patreon.com/worldofnair. You can check them out there. And yeah, we appreciate everyone who contributes to our Patreon. It really helps out a lot with hosting costs for the podcast and website fees and all that fun stuff that comes with running a small internet company. I don't know, not really. Podcast, really. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. One more thing I wanted to mention. I actually got an opportunity to guest spot on another podcast. It's called A Podcast About Something. I was talking about one of my favorite TV shows of all time, Arrested Development. So if you are also an Arrested Development fan, you might want to check that out. Again, you can just search for A Podcast About Something. You should be able to find it. Other than that, enjoy. Talk to you more next week. Enjoy the rest of the episode. So the streets of Prine are not really anything more than dirt, and that's been trampled down by thousands of feet to resemble a paved road. Jimmy lets you out about a couple miles in. He says, all right, this is about as far as I'm going. So, it was nice to meet you. If you're ever back in Eastport anytime soon, be sure to look me up.
Oh, I sure will.
Not. Will not.
So Neeman starts to lead you to your destination. As you walk through the city, you brush shoulders with elves and dwarves and gnomes and humans, but mostly humans. The city smells like bodies and rotting food.
Ooh.
Not dead bodies, just,
No, I
like
was
sweat.
gonna say,
From
God, they don't clean their cadavers.
Like armpits. It
like
smells like
skin.
armpits.
It smells like skin.
Oh,
There are
gotcha.
also a lot of cadavers.
Not dead skin. Well, I guess all skin is dead. Well, I don't know.
Technically.
Science is hard. Just-
So a general commotion comes from most of the buildings you pass, whether they're made from wood or concrete or stone. But more than anything you've seen before, Prine is a real melting pot of races and cultures. Because in Nair, most of the stuff is kind of still segregated by race. So Prine is kind of more of a conglomerate of different types of cultures and people than you've really seen before.
Cool. Are there any street performers?
Yeah, you can pass some.
Cool.
So Neeman leads you guys to a 2-story wooden tavern. The windows and doors are boarded up and no sound comes from inside. This is strange, he says. This is not like this. This was not like this last time I was here. But
How long ago were you here?
I would say probably a few months. It wasn't that long ago.
I'd like to take a walk around the building
Okay.
just to see if there are any openings or any windows that are missing a board.
Okay. So you can, as you go around, you're not really seeing any kind of windows or anything, except for in the back of the building there is like one of those like double doors in the ground that kind of goes down to a cellar. That it has a rusty looking lock on it, but it doesn't look too hard to break.
Reeve,
Yes,
come here.
Yes, yes. Mm.
Yes. Do you want to take a look at this lock and?
Oh, that's rusty.
Yeah. Do you think you could? I don't know.
Break it?
Maybe. Would you like to?
For you, 10 gold pieces. Just kidding. I will break this. I'll break this.
Anything I ask.
I
for.
kind of square my shoulders up to the door. I just plant my feet firmly in the ground, and I take my my axe with 2 hands, and I kind of lift it up, and I'd swing it down and strike the lock right at the right where the shackle meets the bolt. Like,
Okay. Roll a strength check.
Oh, that's gonna be 13.
All right. You come right down on the lock, and you see like sparks fly, and your axe kind of dings off, but the lock is still there.
Oh.
Tatsuo. Tatsuo.
Uh-huh.
What? I don't know. Would you take a look at this lock? We seem to be struggling with it a bit.
Okay.
Do you want to break it? Do you want to break something?
Yes.
Does that sound like fun?
Fun. Okay. So, what's the best? Okay, she's gonna two-hand that katana and swipe at the lock. Wow. That was a 3, what I just did.
So your katana completely misses.
Well, Neeman. Neeman.
Yes.
Do you have an opening? Do you have a knock spell or something that could open a lock?
Well, let me try this. And he takes his quarterstaff and he swings, and he actually hits it.
Oh.
He knocks the lock right off with his wooden staff.
Well, my 2 friends loosened that for you a good bit.
So much.
I'm looking at my axe in disbelief, like.
You don't mind, Neeman, that we break into here, do you?
No, it doesn't seem like there's anything going on. I would assume that everyone's gone.
Seeing how Neeman kind of broke the lock, I don't think he's going to have a problem with it.
Good point.
Well, I'm going to light a candle
Okay.
because I'm assuming it's dark in the cellar.
Okay.
And I'm going to give it to Tatsuo because she's a human and she can't see in the dark.
Accepts the candle.
Well, let's go. And I'm going to go into the cellar.
Okay. Are you all going?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. The only light in the building comes from a line from the way you entered. Dust flies up with each step you take, and the air is stale, and the smell of old crabs is strong. You can almost taste it.
Crabs?
Why didn't you say crab instead of crabs?
This sounds...
The smell of crab, not the smell of crabs. That's a different smell.
There's a lot of them, so a lot of the...
The plural of crab is crab.
No, it's not.
The smell of crab.
I don't know.
All right, the smell of rotting crab meat and shells.
There.
Crustaceans.
Yes.
Crustaceans.
I like that.
All right,
Yes.
we should check upstairs first. Neeman instructs. My guess is that the books will be in one of the bedrooms on the second floor.
Okay.
Suddenly, a sound from across the room freezes everyone in their tracks. We did not invite you in, it says. Now go back to whence ye came. We want no more trouble here.
Good thing we're not vampires.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Who I am is not important. You need to leave my tavern.
Can I see? I can see 60 feet. Is it out of my range?
Yeah, so you
Okay.
see kind of... So you're in the cellar right now, and there's stairs to go up, like wooden stairs to go up to the main floor. And you see kind of hiding behind the cellar, you see kind of half of a body in the shadows. And it looks pretty big and like humanish size, but a little bit like beefier. And he looks like he's kind of holding something behind the stairs. Could be weapon sized.
Mm-hmm.
Tatsuo's like sticking the candle out as far as it goes and like waving it around, squinting.
He says,
Well-
"You best not be getting any closer."
Well, friends, you heard what he said. We should definitely go back out and never come back. And I start walking out.
Okay.
What?
And I elbow Reeve.
Oh, fine. And I follow her out.
Come on, guys. We got to get the things for my family.
Oh my god.
Heirlooms.
Oh my god. I'm already out.
So you guys all go out.
Mhm.
Tatsu, are you following him?
Slowly walking backwards, still waving the candle and squinting.
Okay.
Edging out.
So as you are out, Neeman is like, "You guys, we need to get what's inside of there."
I shut
did
the
not-
cellar doors. Listen, Neeman, okay? We followed your instruction last time and ran into more people than we could fight. We don't know how many people are in here, and I propose we do something a little bit sneakier than just fighting our way through.
Okay, well then what is your proposition?
Well, I can turn invisible for one thing.
That's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Can we set a fire upstairs?
So I'm wondering if
Well, we don't want to toast his stuff.
I think we should get information first, right? I could try to sneak around and at least get a look.
Was there a front door? Was it just boarded up, right?
It was boarded up. Are you guys gonna kind of like search the property? Is that what you're
Yeah,
looking
like
for?
keep going around the other side. 'Cause
Okay.
we went to the back, but I never looked around the other side.
Make a investigation check.
Okay.
whoever's looking can
You
make
can like
this.
throw the door open and go, hoo, 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 hoo,
That's
hoo,
not
hoo,
very
it's the
good.
wind.
10.
Okay.
Am I the only one looking?
Oh wait, I'll do it.
I'll look around as well.
God, I hope
Kind of brushing grass around with my
I do
axe.
have
or
+3
dirt.
insight, but I don't know. Ooh.
We're all
Or-
terrible.
yeah, all
We're
bad.
all really
No.
bad.
I'm gonna not use this dice anymore.
All
I
right.
rolled a 4.
If only I wasn't so stupid.
Aaron, roll. I mean, you can send out Randy to look for things too.
His name is
Ralph.
Ralph.
I don't know why I keep calling him Randy.
Randy.
Yeah, maybe Randy and I could go.
You mean Ralph?
Ralphus.
Yeah.
Can I send him to look?
Yeah. Roll a investigation check for him.
What is that? A 20?
Yeah.
He can pretend to be dust, right? An
It would be
8.
plus, I think, intelligence is investigation.
Yeah.
So 10.
Okay.
Um.
Ralph is rolling around and he finds something kind of by the door. He can't really tell. Like he kind of starts squeaking. He's like, and he's like rolling around this little patch kind of in front of the door that's kind of a couple inches above the ground, but it's just covered in dirt.
It's a doggy door.
I'll walk up and investigate
Can
or
we dig? I have a
dig.
shovel.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, you can just brush it aside. You see like a sign for the tavern that has fallen down, and it says the Rusty Spike, and it's right by like kind of the front door that has the boards on it.
Okay.
I mean, it is wooden boards. You guys could go in another direction, and if you can, like, either bust open something or kind of pry it off.
What if I went in invisible with Ralph, so that the man finds Ralph and gets distracted by Ralph, and I can go past him and like look through the door that he came from and at least see
Yeah.
there are
Ralph,
other people.
Ralph could pretend to be dust and then just pretend to be very cute, very non-threatening.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you want to try it or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
We can like kick the door open and be like, hoo 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 hoo, it was the wind.
Or not.
So they don't think it's anything.
You know. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to the cellar door,
Okay.
and I'm gonna turn invisible.
Okay.
And I get to be invisible for 1 hour. This is concentration.
What is it Misty Step?
No, it's just invisibility.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm level 3 now, so it's pretty good.
So what is Aaron, are you is Tatsuo giving like Ralph over, or like,
Yeah.
because Ralph doesn't speak English. He doesn't
Yeah.
understand what's going on.
Yes.
So what does that look like? You just
Gently passing him, but as she gives him, she's like looking at him and like trying to like telepathically communicate the job.
his eyes are kind of staring back at you like really wide, like, what are you doing? You usually throw me places. Like, what are you putting?
I'm gonna give Ralph a little scritch on the.
Okay.
I was gonna say on the head, but he's just a ball.
Yeah,
So
it's
on
all
him-
his head.
on himself.
He kind of like backs away initially, and then he lets you scratch him, but his eyes kind of squint. He starts looking very suspicious, and he like looks back at Tatsuo like,
Well, he can't. Actually, he can't see me at all. He's just floating on my hand.
oh, that's true.
Oh,
Oh, I forgot about that.
This is a
he's-
weird all for him.
He starts like sniffing. He's like, and he's like, his eyes are like super wide, looking around.
I'm gonna hum a little calming song.
All right. Are you carrying him in your hands? You said.
Yeah, and I'm going to open the door of the cellar just enough to get through and like let it shut behind me.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put Ralph on the floor by the cellar.
Okay. As you walk down the steps to the cellar, you can see the figure is a bit closer. It looks like he was kind of trying to get closer to maybe lock the door again or bolt it up or something. And you can see he has a cast iron frying pan in his hand, and that he is actually a half orc human, and he's kind of like making his way. He hears the little scurrying from Ralph. He sees Ralph. He's like, oh God, oh God, oh God. And he like tries to start going after Ralph with the frying pan.
Okay, this is a bad idea because Ralph's gonna die in my charge. I'm going to. This is a bad idea to bring Ralph. This is a really bad idea. Am I still near the door?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna scoop him up and throw him out. Just like throw him back out the door. He shouldn't be here. I don't know what I was thinking.
He goes, me, and his wings sprout out. Like, flies and bolts right to Tatsuo's shoulder.
And then as soon as the door slams, I'm gonna try to get past the guy and go up the stairs where he was.
Okay.
Like
he as soon as he kind of hears the commotion of like all the movement and sees Ralph fly out, so the door closes, so it's like completely dark now. So he puts his frying pan up in kind of like a baseball bat stance, and he's kind of circling all around. He's like, "Who is in here? I know there's got to be someone in here. I know you can. I know you guys can turn invisible. What's going on here?"
I don't answer. Can I go through the door where he was before?
He starts like making swings like whoosh, through the air.
Right.
Whoosh. So make a dexterity check.
Oh God.
We're monitoring the door outside with our ears up to the door.
15.
Okay, that's good enough.
Oh, thank God. I don't say anything.
He's swinging around. He's like, "We don't want no more trouble from you vampires. You all get out of here." And he's like swinging and going crazy.
Oh, wow. Okay. Can I get through the door where he was before? Like, to the rest of the place?
Yes.
Is it open? Like, still?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna slip through there.
Okay. Okay, so as you go up, it's still like completely dark upstairs. You hear him downstairs still talking to no one and like swinging. You can hear the whong, whong from his pan still swinging around. Upstairs, you see the first floor of a tavern. You see a bar. You see an area that kind of leads to a kitchen and what looks like it might be where like the owner sleeps. You have a few tables. There's not like a stage or anything. It's just more like the main bar and then a few wooden tables scattered around. But it looks like they're all like broken and laying all over the place. Like clearly there's been scuffles in here.
Okay. I'm going to, from the top of the stairs, I'm gonna throw my voice.
Okay.
So it sounds like it's coming from a different direction to him.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna ask him, "Are you the owner of this tavern?"
Where are you throwing it?
So I'm at the door.
Yeah.
And I'm looking back into the cellar.
Yeah. Where are you aiming your that?
Maybe like to the left of him.
Okay. Like
instead
right
of-
next to him?
Like yeah.
Okay. He swings around and like swings right to the left of him and nothing happens. You just see the whong.
Yeah.
He goes, why do you bloody vampires care who I am?
I'm gonna put my voice to the right of him now.
Yeah.
I'm just having fun. And I'm gonna say, if I were a vampire, could I come in uninvited?
Hong. What? That's true. I didn't. All right. Well, then, if he ain't a vampire, then who is he?
All right. Well, we heard there were some troubling types in this tavern, and we came to get rid of them. And we did not know that you would be here alone. Are you the owner of this tavern?
I am. I am the owner. Did you get sent to help us with the vampire problem?
It sounds like we did.
Oh, okay. Well,
If I reveal myself to you, do you promise not to hit me with that frying pan?
I will not hit you as long as there's no funny business.
I'm dead serious. No funny business.
All right. And he's like, hey, come meet me upstairs. And he starts to walk like right to where you are actually standing.
Okay, I'm gonna like go back through the door and give
Yeah.
him some room so that he can't like run into me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, do you mind if I invite my friends here who are here to help as well?
He says, yeah, that's fine. I've got a few friends here as well, so we can kind of have a powwow, if you would.
All right.
He starts lighting candles around.
No weapons.
Well,
Don't draw any is all I'm saying.
all I've got is this pan.
All right. Well, what about your friends?
I will tell them not to bring their weapons.
Okay.
They don't really have any weapons.
Okay.
I mean,
good.
they have a lot of weapons,
Oh,
but
Right.
they'll keep them somewhere else.
good. All right. I'll meet you in just a moment. I'll be right back.
All right.